Okay, so I'm just going to mess around with some seated exercises. And as I said, rather than doing full out sets like I would do, I'm going to do maybe one or two right and left, so that you can see what it is I'm doing. Sorry for the movement. And then when I finish filming, I'll go back and do my full workout. But so you can see what I'm trying to do and what kind of work I'm practicing on. I'm mostly, of course, working on sitting up straight on my ischial tuberosities, which I talk about all the time when I teach class. Of course, that's very important, and to maintain the whole posture without getting into the whole anatomy, physiology stuff. I'm just going to start working, and we'll see what I can accomplish. Okay. Let's see, I guess if I go, you can see front and back. I'm going to do it into the mirror like I tend to do. And here we go. One of the exercises I would start with would be to work on lifting and dragging my leg up. Since I don't have the ability to do that with my leg itself, I'm going to use my arm to try and keep my body stable and lift the leg up. Sit tall and then carry it down. And again, up, try and sit tall, and then down. And the reason I wear my wrist braces during this is because I'm afraid that I won't have the strength to get my movements with my arms without my hands being floppy, and I need the help. So sit up tall, try and keep that as straight as possible, and then back down. I also do that sideways, and so I get different ranges of motion, and then out and pull up. So I get the stimulation of that motion, and out. Of course, I do a bunch of sets of those, and then stretch and work on stretching the whole back, and working on limited range of motion stretching, because Kyle, my physical therapist, told me to be careful of not overstretching so that I will have the strength to be able to use the muscles. Of course, in ballet, the goal is to strengthen and stretch, so strengthen and lengthen at the same time. In my case right now, obviously, strength is the key issue, finding the muscles to work. So we're going to be real careful with stretching. Bring the legs into butterfly position. Making sure this is all centered, and then work on, I can't, trying to do both without falling. So I stay on my ischial tuberosities and not slouch back onto my tailbone, and lift my legs. Try and hold that centered, and then control them down, again without plopping. And lift. Try and sit straight. Works the arms, the abdominal cavity, the upper back, and try and get the stimulation into the legs. This is a cross leg exercise I do in class. Oops. Okay. I don't know if you can tell, this should be very, very easy for me, and people know me, know that these are things that I would be able to do without my arms, without my body falling all over the place. This next exercise we try to do, obviously without your arms, using the inner thigh to lift the leg up towards the opposite shoulder, keeping the body still. I'll use my right arm to stabilize me and pull this up and across, and then release it down slowly and switch arms to bring it up, and then spiral around it and rotate. And then carefully bring that down. I'm going to do side stretches. The arms should go straight. I can get to about there without getting it all wobbly, and stretch. And then I'm going to use my trunk strength to pull myself back center and go both sides, because I don't do asymmetry. We want to keep things as balanced as possible. And reach. Stretch the side. Trying to keep this leg, we don't want to lift this hip. Fortunately for me in this exercise, the leg stays down because I can't lift it up. So gravity's doing the work for me, and I'm stretching. And again, I'm going to come down, and I'm going to try and use my trunk strength to bring me back up. And then from there, keeping the foot, by the way, over the thigh so that the foot isn't torqued, but that it stays in a straight line. And then I'm going to work on stretching. While doing that stretch, I'm working on holding my abdominal cavity in to protect the lower back. So I'm pulling in here in the front to keep support in the lower back. And opening the whole spine. And slowly. And then of course we'll do the other side. And if anybody doesn't have a clue as to what a challenge this is, I'd suggest trying it. It's a great workout. And of course it's a particularly great workout for me. So first I'm going to lift with the same arm, working on keeping my body straight and in alignment, up on the ischial tuberosities. And carefully lowering that down, and then other arm up. Working on stretching, balance, strength, and then spiraling around, working on flexibility in the trunk and the strength. What my goal would be, see, is to lift the arm and stay in place. Breathing, of course, and then come back center careful of the foot, sitting straight, and then reaching out flat side. You don't want to be torqued front or back. You want to be nice and flat. And stretch out as far as I can. Breathing. And then coming and using the trunk, the upper back side muscles to bring yourself center. And to the other side, keeping the legs relaxed. And over, reaching, breathing. And then pull again, using as much of your trunk strength to get you up, and then forward.